Hi there, welcome back to Architect Interview Questions, and this is also a series for system design, so that these are the concepts that you can use in system design. And it's a series by Knowledge Powerhouse, where we try to share our knowledge with our readers and listeners. The question is, what is the difference between optimistic and pessimistic locking? So this is an important concept. Locking is a thing that we use mostly in our system design, and here we come across a choice whether we should go for the optimistic locking or pessimistic locking. So we need to clearly understand what is the difference between these two. So let's understand by one example. So if we have an account A that has the balance of $100 and we have two concurrent requests to withdraw $20 from account A, then we can do, like, we have two options how to do it. So we'll go through those and see how locking can work in this. So scenario A, where we read the balance of account A, first request reads, oh, it's $100, very good, we can transfer $20. Second request comes, it also reads the balance and says there's a balance of $100, we can transfer it. And then the first request reduces the balance of A by $20, and because it read $100, so 100 minus 20, it becomes $80. And the second request also read $100, so it also reduces it by 20 and makes it $80. So that way, both the requests, they read it $100 each and reduced by $20. But overall in the system, we reduce $40 and still the balance of A is $80. So ideally it should be $60. So there is a place where we made some error. Scenario B, here we have a request one that reads the balance of account A as $100, and then it reduces by $20 to make it $80. Then second reads the balance of A as $80 and reduces by 20 and makes it $60. So in this scenario, we took it sequentially one after another. So that way we came to the right conclusion that after reducing $20 two times, the balance of A becomes $60. Now, this is an example where we are using kind of a pessimistic locking, that two requests cannot read the balance at the same time, right? So in this example, first request can read the balance, the other request has to wait till first request has completed its transaction. Whereas in real scenario, it is not possible. So this is more like a pessimistic locking example. And the previous scenario where we made a mistake, that was like we did not lock anything. So that was a totally wrong scenario that we did. So let's see how do we solve this. So one option is to use the pessimistic locking. So in this, we are locking the certain resources, the table or record that we are going to update, and that is pessimistic locking, so that all other threads, they have to wait for the lock to be released before they can start their operation. It means you need an exclusive lock before updating a record. So go back to the same example. So here, let's say account A has a lock. So we obtain the lock on the record for account A, and first request gets the lock, so it is able to update it. The second request has to wait. So concurrency is quite reduced in such a case. So it's more resource intensive way. So in like pessimistic locking, it's more resource intensive because we have to lock the resources for some time. So performance will get a hit. Then we go to optimistic locking. So this is a better way, more performant way. Here what we do is that we just check if anyone else has updated the data before us. So before writing, if we see if the data has been updated, then we can reject the transaction and again reread the data, and in such a way we can solve this problem. Like if we go back to, we'll show you the example how optimistic works. So in this optimistic locking, often we have to implement something called versioning. So if we, for versioning means we add a new column called version column in the data. Now with the version, what happens is that whenever we read the data, we read the version of that data, and when we write, we increment the version, and at the same time we check while writing that version that we read is still there or not. If version now is different, then we will not write it. So let's understand with the modified scenario. Scenario A with optimistic lock. So we got first request, it reached the account A $100 balance, version 1. Second request also reached the balance of account A as $100 in version 1. Now first request, it reduces the balance of account A by $20 and updates the version to 2 if the version is still 1. So request 1 finds that version is still 1, so it is able to update it to 2, right? Now request 2 again has same logic, that we want to reduce the balance by $20 and update the version to 2 if it is still 1. But now version is not 1, it has become 2 because the previous request had updated it. So this statement will fail. So there is no need to check the balance. Only if we check that version that we read is not there, it means somebody has updated the record. So we have to fail the request and redo it. So this looks like a overkill at times, but in reality, when we have hundreds of threads trying to update, this is a very good option, much more performant. So in optimistic locking, we have a SQL statement, something like this. While reading, we say select version as previous version, balance from account. So we read two things, not the only the balance. And then when we update, we say update account, set balance is equal to new balance, and version is equal to version plus 1, where version is equal to previous version. Which means while updating, if your version does not match the previous version, then the update statement will fail. So this is like, looks little complicated, but in real terms, it is very high performance compared to pessimistic locking. So optimistic locking is less costly compared to pessimistic locking because we are not locking and many threads can read at the same time and they can update it if the rules are not broken. And it is a much preferred way of implementing locking in web applications with so many concurrent users. So most of these companies like Amazon, Facebook, all the social media, there the optimistic locking is the one that is often used so that we can handle so many concurrent requests from millions of users. So try learning it, and if you implement it in your project, let us know how it works. Thank you, and if you have any questions or comments, do post into the comments. We'll be happy to answer it for you. Thank you.